Sam Bankman-Fried went from buying his first Bitcoin to becoming a multi-billionaire. The FTX founder is now worth an estimated $11 billion. He could have bought that Jordan jersey if he wanted to. His exchange is now worth $32 billion, and it brought in about $1 billion in revenue just last year. CNBC's Kate Rooney has more on the CEO's rise to the top of the crypto industry. They call him the JP Morgan of crypto, right?
Not to empty the coffer, so to speak. We had a couple billion going into this, and it lines up roughly with the amount that we'd raised, over the last year, and on top of that, we had been profitable.
So billion-ish to deploy.
Yeah, and again, you get to definitional issues here of how much do we really feel comfortable deploying? Saying that there's another ballpark billion, that is sort of completely unencumbered. Certainly will get you within a factor of two, certainly, if the right answer.
And guys, we have Binance strikes deal to buy non-US unit of FTX. And as you listen in the videos, guys, we know the Bankman had plenty of money, and I've been over all the big corporations that were backing FTX. This is all part of the bigger plan for consolidation. But we also had Christina Lagarde speak today. What the bigger picture is. Let's get into it.
Digital euro, which we are co-organizing. Having so many decision makers gathered here today shows the strong political backing the digital euro project has gained at the European level. Since we kicked off the investigation phase a year ago, the ECB has worked very closely with all of you, the European Commission, the European Parliament, and the Euro area finance ministers. And we have also engaged closely with market participants, including intermediaries, consumers, and retailers, to hear their views. And this has allowed us to achieve steady progress. I want to thank you for your strong cooperation, and I think that it shows that the digital euro is not just a standalone project confined to the payment domain. It is rather a cross-policy and truly European initiative that has the potential to affect society as a whole. Maintaining citizens' trust in money and payment services in the digital age is an important objective in and of itself. But it is of even greater significance for the European economy at large. Because a trusted, efficient, and secure payment system is the basis for our economies to function effectively. For many decades, this basis has been provided by a hybrid model for payments. On the one hand, central banks issued public money, essentially cash for individuals and reserve accounts for banks. On the other hand, the private sector relied on it to provide the bulk of total money, around 85% of it, in the form of commercial bank money. Key to this hybrid model is that citizens can convert private for public money at par, which ensures that all forms of money can be used indiscriminately for payments throughout the economy. But this long-standing reliable model for payments is now undergoing a potentially disruptive transformation led by three developments. So I want to talk about the transformation forces, but I also want to talk about what we are doing. So first, people are increasingly paying digitally instead of using cash. Almost half of euro area consumers say that they prefer to pay with cashless means of payment, such as cards. We will continue to provide cash. But if it is used less and less for payments, public money could ultimately lose its role as the monetary anchor for the hybrid model, threatening its key function in securing trust in payments, with implications for the economy. Payments are a public good that is simply too important to be left to the market only. Second force at play. In the absence of a public anchor, the emergence of new kinds of digital assets could harbor instability and confusion among citizens about what is money and what is not money. Take the example well known of crypto assets, held or used by 16% of Americans and 10% of Europeans in 2021. Their unbacked variants, such as Bitcoin or Ether, are too volatile to act as a means of payment. And while stable coins are designed to be less volatile and therefore more suitable for payments, they are vulnerable to runs and often not backed at all, as we witnessed earlier this year. This highlights the importance of the European crypto assets regulation that will protect consumers against some of the risks associated with crypto assets. It's our famous MiCA. Third force at play, the entry of big techs into payment could increase the risk of market domination and dependence on foreign payment technologies, with consequences for Europe's strategic autonomy. Already today, more than 2/3 of European card payment transactions are run by companies with headquarters outside the European Union. By designing digital public money, we can get ahead of these developments and ensure that confidence in the monetary system is maintained and innovation is nurtured. Issuing a digital euro would indeed safeguard people's confidence that €1 is €1, allowing them to convert private digital money at par into digital central bank money. It would ensure that money continues to be denominated in euros, and it would be based on a European infrastructure, facilitating intermediaries to scale payments innovation throughout the euro area and thus strengthen Europe's strategic autonomy. Our work on exploring the underlying rationale, potential benefits and risks, and core design principles of a digital euro has made good progress.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the new Road Order book. The new Road Order book is going to show you how the world works. It is definitely time to wake up out of your sleep in the times that we're in right now. Plus, guys, we know we're waiting on that next main event towards the end of the year. Like I told you, that would happen. Don't forget, this is Shemitah year. And then also, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's definitely time to re-educate. And also, those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon, much love, keep it coming. Do not forget, I have the new World Order cryptos in my Patreon. Do your own research, but going inside of a bear market, you definitely want the cryptos that have real use cases. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, guys, Bitcoin and crypto is dumping. We see the stock market looking pretty good. But we see the NWO with a magic trick. We have the Binance and FTX situation, which the actual market is down 30 billion. Binance only sold 500 million, and we know the bankman already said he had 500 million to $1 billion just to do acquisition. So we know they had the money. But what do we see over in Europe? That's right, we have Christine Lagarde talking about moving over to digital money. A public statement from your actual central bank telling you that we're going to be moving over to a digital euro and receive absolutely no media coverage in the United States. What are we focused on, guys? Midterms. And we know these politicians are paid and bought for. So that's where the focus is going to go when it comes to the American citizen, the masses, the sheep. But guys, make sure you always keep your eye on the money. We know in Europe and the United States, central bank digital currencies and stable coins are illegal. That's the reason why they're building this system on top of fiat. Guys, this is very important to understand. So please do not fall for the distractions. Now, guys, we have Ethereum's up-and-coming upgrade will allow institutions to pay reduced fees and not others. And we know moving over to proof of stake is going to allow centralization to Ethereum. Now, guys, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, which they are pushing down. We know it's the election time, guys. We have the dollar slightly up, volume tether USDC, and then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo about $2.2 trillion. Guys, we know they're going to be continuing raising rates, shrinking this balance sheet right along with the other central banks, so therefore they can move in this digital economy. And that's the reason why these midterms are so important, because Republicans take back over Congress. You have a Democratic president, which we know is going to give them an excuse not to do anything for the people, but they're going to be moving along this digital economy. We know these corporations are going to be paying a 15% tax. We know that when it comes to Republicans, they're all about the banks and they're all about the money. At least that's the narrative. But we know the Democrats and Republicans are working together to move the NWO's agenda. You cannot ever forget that. Now, over these next 5 months, guys, we know we're going to be in for a roller coaster ride. And we know over these next 2 years, there's going to be some pain in this economy. Not just in the United States, but globally. But remember, over the emerging markets, they're making the transition already. In the United States, it's going to take 3 or 4 years for the transition. Remember, we already had infrastructure here for our old system. They had absolutely no infrastructure. So it's easier for them to move over to this new digital economy. And plus, they have laws that allow them to move it in. We know when it comes to the NWO, the Bill of Rights and the NWO don't work together. They want to take all your privacy, tell you what, where, and when and how to buy, and no more savings. You have 3 to 6 months to spend this money, poof, it's gone. So you definitely don't want to be relying on the government. But guys, getting over to Grayscale moved down slightly. Do not forget to pay attention to the actual allocations. But getting over into a little crypto news, we have Blockfi brings back high yield product only to accredited investors. Now, guys, we know that is absolutely hilarious. At the time the retail investor needs some interest, they can't get any. And then also we have Solana scaling protocol layer N comes out of stealth mode. And also we have Neon Labs plans to support EVM on Solana in early December. And guys, I know Solana and FTT took a hit. And then also these other cryptos are starting to take a hit. But guys, don't fall for the distractions. We're going to be taking a hit anyway. We're still in a speculation phase. Until this real utility comes, they're going to hold up the stock market for the sheep as long as they can, so they can build a fourth industrial revolution. And that's where the Hegelian dialectic comes in at when you're talking about Republicans and Democrats. The masses are going to be trying to pick a side instead of focusing on the money, instead of focusing on finances and see what's going on. It is absolutely ridiculous. And the Binance and FTX situation has great timing. Guys, do not believe in coincidences. Now we have Russian central bank report examines crypto's place in the financial system. And guys, we know when it comes to Russia, I did a video on it several times. Back in 2014, they were already getting prepared right along with China. So the same thing goes with Ukraine. They already have been setting up this new digital economy. Now we have Coinbase Germany ordered to address the risk management by BaFin. And we also know Germany also is getting prepared for blockchain and digital currencies. And lastly, guys, we have Japan's largest mobile operator with over $40 billion in revenue partners with multi-chain smart contract platform Astar Network to accelerate the Web3 implementation in the country. And guys, we know Society 5.0. You know, I've been over it 100 times. Society 5.0. Well, our leaders brought the Japan leaders in to get prepared for the fourth industrial revolution. The robots, algorithms, and drones. And that's exactly what he said out his mouth, word for word. If you're not falling for the distractions, you can easily see this new digital economy that's being created, and you're not included. That's the reason why you better be getting in the lab, getting your family prepared. Because like Jerome stated, a lot of people are going to be left behind. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. But guys, that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, if new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance, and not forget book links and crypto links in the description. The stock channel. Don't forget about the stock channel, guys. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks. The C the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.